Okay, reading a long poem about my granddad. Rest in peace. Granddad kept vanilla ice cream in his freezer and cans of root beer tucked down in the plastic drawer at the bottom of his fridge. He did that all just for his grandkids. He played solitaire on his Big Mac computer for hours before he got tired and took a snooze in his plushy green or maroon recliner. I can't quite remember. He's been gone through 3 Decembers. Giants game on the TV, or that butch liberal who hosts the talk show our family used to watch before it all got to be too much. We couldn't stand to hear what anyone on the big screen had to say, so we tucked the remotes away where they hide under the glass table today. When we opened the door to Granddad's place, never locked by the way, his shaky legs lifted him up in a hurry as fast as their 90 years would allow for. And he greeted us all with a hug and a kiss on the cheek. He was so proud of his blueberry sauce boiled down on the stove top, taking it to breakfast at the old folks complex he called home. Anyone lucky enough to sit next to him got to have a spoonful or two on their morning gruel. All the ladies of the building loved him, but he said he was done dating, a widower he was in those golden years. Still everybody exclaimed, "Why hello there, Jim, how have you been?" when he joined them for an afternoon of bridge. There was one woman who held a special place in his heart. She was so smart. On occasion, she'd join him for a whiskey or scotch on the rocks after the sunset. They chatted the evening away, sharing stories from way back in the 40s. Once, she told him he was her brother, and that was good enough for him. How lovely to have a sister with a whole other history than his own. He had a weed plant that sat still on his back porch. He loved it so well it got the chance to grow big and tall. Somebody that loved him, my mother, turned its oils into medicine for his tingling feet that kept him awake late into the night. Truthfully, that plant wasn't just medicine for the old man. It also made him the edgiest guy around. That was the best part of all for him, walking on the wild side for the first time in his life. Bad boy of the block, what a delight. Granddad had an even temper and a gentle, soft demeanor, never one to point his finger in blame or raise his voice in rage. Granddad was steady as can be, steady and full of curiosity. I flew with him once up north to meet the babiest baby of the family, and he pointed out everything he knew about what made the plane fly high in the sky. 'Cause way back when, he used to sit in the back of an army plane. For more than just one war, he did. But it wasn't just planes, Granddad pondered. It was everything. The meaning of life. Is there a God? Diversity. Oh, diversity. When he was a boy, his mother didn't like most everyone that wasn't white and Christian like them. But as Granddad grew and the years passed on through, he got to meet all types of people and mingle. You know that sister? She was black. That meant a lot to him, maybe more than it should have. But it was what it was, a gift, that is. Well, Granddad had structural power. An old white man with some dollars he was. Doors were always open to him, and on some level, he was used to being served by women. It was his name that got passed down to the kids. It was he who had the job that kept the whole family comfy and cozy behind a white picket fence. Husband and wife, one job, one house, 3 kids. So very, very middle class. Offering his descendants a promise written in pencil to keep out the extra pain of the world. Keep away the poverty. No cops to patrol our blocks. Granddad knew that version of power till the day he died. Maybe that kept another door shut to him, a door that would lead him to the heart of everything and everyone there is. Or maybe he squeezed out all the life he could out of his. I think that he did. As much as any of us can in only one short span of time. Only a blink of an eye in the eyes of the universe, with its vastness and expansion so wide in every direction. I remember near his end he said he wished he'd tried harder. At what, I'm not quite sure. He could have romanced his wife more or fought for her after her handwritten love affair with her first suitor. My dad told me that story once. Maybe Grandma wanted a man who stumbled at least one time. Not always steady, allowing their path to dance the twist. For a moment or a few. Well, if that's true, I'll never know. Their story isn't mine to tell anyway. But what I will say is that Granddad taught us all about love, how it burns low but bright and lasts forever. I found comfort in his backyard, the one my dad grew out of, alongside tomatoes planted in wooden boxes covered in netting to keep the local hungry rodents away. After watching the Titanic for the very first time when I was 9, the movie was so scary and sad, but so pretty too, and Granddad knew just what to do. Shrinking the pain and joy of the universe, the pain and joy of Rose and Jack, into a size I could bite and swallow, into the size of buttered corn on the cob and barbecued ribs, aunts, uncles, siblings, parents, and cousins, sitting in that yard together on warm summer nights, of a faded yellow tetherball chained to a pole put up just for my dad's fun, transporting me into a flash vision of my dad's childhood a few decades ago for a brief moment. Dad's the youngest of the 3 kids, you know, of a collection of fancy metal forks, all different sizes, hanging in the kitchen behind glass. A simple display to enjoy day after day. Of a forest green cot I spent many nights on, first in the old house and then in the old folks' place. I moved with it, following Granddad wherever he went. Of Christmas mornings when the 4 of us, Mom, Dad, my brother, and I, piled in the car, no matter what we were caught up in, to visit him. He made it a holiday. He made us the best version of family. Of those hiking poles he took with him on his walks to Target when his legs weren't so shaky. Of my brother and I sprawled out on his carpet floor with a root beer float waiting for us whenever we were ready. I remember now, the recliner was green with a wooden lever on its side to pop its leg rests up just for Granddad's legs to rest on. Well, Granddad, I hope you're dozing away the afternoon as the giants play up there in heaven. And when I'm done with my life, my one big debut on planet Earth for just another blink of an eye as far as the universe is concerned, I'll meet you up there. We'll have oatmeal and blueberry sauce for breakfast and buttered corn barbecue for lunch. So familiar it all will be, comfy and homey for as long as we need it to be.